I've timed them at 35 and 40 seconds.
So did y'all want to just give them like 35?
What do
We
you,
always give, at the beginning of the season, I always tell the refs and the coaches the same thing. When we do that first huddle in the flip, we tell them the same thing, which is, hey, these guys aren't gonna enforce it really, really hard, but the next game you're gonna see it a little more, and the next game a little more. By the time you get to tournament, you're a full-blown referee. So, same thing here. Give them a little, and if they're getting to that 35 mark and they're still him-hawing around,
I tell them to
hey,
snap
coach,
it.
step it up,
I
let's
tell
go.
them to snap it.
Tell them to step it up, you know, get it going, and then start pushing it, get them driven to that tournament time.
the one you need to be working is the one that's complaining. Hey, that's 20 seconds. That's already too long, ref. That's the one you need to be watching.
A new rule you put in, 19-point rule, that's not a rule, right? That's a
Here we go.
misprint. Sound like, okay.
Well,
What's the rule?
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, it's just one of those things that's what the
15,
rules, the
15,
guidelines is, but a lot of that stuff.
No, but it never ends, though. It never ends.
What?
Oh, after 19, you don't put any more points on there?
Right, no, it says right here, 19-point rule, 2 minute game is over, but we don't do that. We just keep going.
Yeah, because, well, that's in, you have a 7-play period.
Yeah.
Like I said, when we got the 7-play period, it was up by 19.
Yeah, we don't have a 7-play period, it's just straight 20.
That's the worst thing in 7-play period.
17.
Rule.
Yeah, and again, you might have a score that's 45-7, but it's not gonna read 45-7 on that board.
Right.
And the other thing is too, is you guys need to be prepared, because we did some adjustments out there to the field, and those scoreboards have already started acting up on us this year. They went to some fiber line, and it's already starting to get funny with the wetness. So there might be a game where you don't have a scoreboard or time. So keep your stopwatches with you, keep your score pads in your hands or in your pocket at all times, because you never know when that thing's gonna blow out on you.
So, let me make sure.
I'm gonna record this. Let me take notes. We don't have 7-play. Halftime is 5 minutes. What we wanna do on halftime is to keep the game going. When it gets to about 45 seconds to a minute, let's keep the teams on out there, let the clock keep running. Let's keep the teams on out there, so when the clock goes, we start and play at 20. Instead of the clock going, and then bringing them out there. That just keeps the game going faster, you know. A lot of you guys probably know all that from tackle. Huddle time, like he just said, let's get in there, let's first few games, say, hey, coach, next week there's gonna be a flag, all right? And as the closer it gets to, playoffs, you can go over there and you can say, hey, coach, throw one flag 5 yards, they ain't gonna do it no more. That's all it takes. And you wanna throw the flag when they're at their own 20, not when they're at the 20 by the school. You know what I mean? That's just common sense. We know what the scores are. Touchdowns are 6, runs are 2, passes 1, correct? Or from the 10-yard line, it's 3, or whatever they do. Do y'all have any?
I don't think it's in there, is it?
Yeah, page 15,
Yeah, it's in there.
page 15.
Okay.
What, I'm sorry, what is it now? Sorry.
Point
Oh,
out touchdown.
I see it now.
Okay. That's teams, coaches on the field, they're allowed 1 coach, 2 coaches on defense, 2 coaches on offense, right? Anything over 2 coaches, we stop the game and use preventive officiating, say, hey, coach, get back over there, you know. Or go to the coach and say, hey, coach, you only have 2 guys out here. That's the easy way to handle that.
Now, the other rule that's not in the book that goes with that rule is the after the snap coaching. Make sure that they're not going left, right,
Yeah.
directing, no directing. And if they do, warn them a couple times, and then after that, snap them in the butt with it.
It's best to get them now, so you don't, I tell you, because if you let them keep going, then it's late on down the road, they can't stop. They've been doing it, this.
The coaches in the coach meeting will be told that if it happens, they're gonna get flagged,
Yeah,
okay? They're not gonna be expecting you guys to give them a warning, but give them that warning.
yeah,
And then after that, nail them every time for it.
yeah.
And again, we're looking for the blatant ones. We're not looking for the ones that, the guy that just, oh crap, left, you know, like that, that's making a mistake out of excitement. We're looking for like the coaches like Joel last year. Joel would continually do it, and what he would do, he'd get sneaky. And I started watching Joel off the background of his players, and he would go like this, and lift up left arm or right arm, and somebody in the stands would see that arm come up and yell, right, left.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Did y'all, I don't even know, I ain't
I
remember
had,
that. That's a good
I had to get Joel to stop. I said, hey, I seen your little trick. And he just went like this.
Mhm.
And he goes, I'll get it to stop. And I said, no more,
Yeah.
no more. If you
Nice.
can't do it, you can't do it.
I would've came out the car with a flag. But,
Yeah, and again, keep your ears to that, because if they're doing that, and there's times you'll hear parents coaching off the side, and it's probably because they're being told from the coach to add some input. Don't let it happen. You guys hear those guys
Oh, wait,
just
wait.
as much as we do.
Off to the side, on the sidelines, they're allowed to tell them which direction.
You can do anything you want to do on the side.
That is fine.
Right.
Yeah, but he
But
said
if
the
you've got a
is
coach
tipping.
out here
He's
that's
tipping
on the
it.
field.
He's behind
was
them,
tipping him.
and he's going left, and he's going like that, and
Oh,
that parents
no, no,
seen
no,
that
yeah,
left
yeah,
arm
yeah,
come
yeah.
up.
The thing about it is, if he's a coach on the field, he can look at the running back and tell. I can tell you every time when the player's going, I look at the running back.
Yeah.
He's gonna tell me if he's going right or left.
Yeah.
So the coach looks at the running back, okay, go like this, now you can tell the sideline, yeah, right, before the play even starts.
Yeah, they're watching for the direction, and they're being the voice for what he's not wanting to do, because they don't want to get in trouble for it. But again, you guys should be able to listen for that and catch it, and just watch for the arm gestures. And again, his was blatant. Yeah, I mean, it was so blatant, straight out left or straight out right. He wasn't doing it.
Must have been church on the move.
No,
Regents? Was it
no, he
Regents?
was a VA coach.
Was it?
He's the one that it was in second and third grade
Fourth grade.
division that was really competitive and get mad and was throwing his hat down.
okay.
So, real competitive, was thinking of little ways to trick things, and so, but anyway, just watch for it. And again, after snap coaching is, every year is a big thing for us. It's just as bad as flag guarding, because you get just as many calls on it.
Coin toss. At the beginning of the game, a coin is tossed, the winner gets his choice of goal or the option of playing offense or defense. The player may defer his or her choice to the second half. We gotta make sure we talk that through the coach.
Hey,
And then the coach, tell the coach just talk through.
hey, let me tell y'all something on that.
What's
Don't
that?
give him any option but to defer or receive. Because if
Exactly.
you give him
Yeah,
defend, he can lose the option.
They
of
think
second.
defenses are
Right,
deferred.
so give him defer or receive,
Receive.
it eliminates all problems.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't set them up to fail.
Right,
That's exactly what
because
it
most coaches say,
I didn't know. You ain't saying
You say, I
that.
told you, coach, you stuck now, though. So
And one of
defer,
our
receive.
previous referees was a stickler of that, TC.
Oh, I mean, we got.
TC would be like, no, you said defense. And I'm like, hey, TC, come here, man. No,
TC
we doing
here.
defense.
He's
He
not
said
here.
defense, we doing defense, Scott. I'm like, we doing defense, y'all.
TC not doing it this year?
That's why he told him he couldn't do it.
What's that?
No, she told me we couldn't do it.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you.
Ball and play, after every touchdown, or after every point attempt after the touchdown, y'all all know, put that ball in play and wind it.
Right.
Every time, that's what keeps the game going. So we have to make sure we get eye contact, and I like what Joseph does, what he does is before he winds it, he points, and at the dude in the clock,
Get his attention.
to get his attention, and then he winds it. I'll be watching.
And again, if they're not paying attention to you guys, get them to pay attention to you.
Yeah.
And if they don't, start taking control of the game and put it on your stopwatch.
Or let me
Don't
know,
let anything.
let Jimmy or myself know, we'll have the mic, and say, hey, Fort Field 2, you need to pay attention to your referees, you're not paying close attention to them.
And again, if they don't continue, take control of the game and put it on your stopwatch, but don't let that game
Go away.
go way over.
Yeah,
Again, our game times are 7:15 or 6:15 and 7:30. So again, we're talking about kindergartners and first graders being out from 7:30 to 8:30. Time they get home is 9:30.
yeah.
So let's don't let the games hang out real far.
We talked about the 25-second offensive motion, only one person can go in motion, kind of like football, when they tackle. And then once they're set, then somebody has to go in motion. So we can't have one person in motion, and then the tailback come out, he goes in motion, and then they hike it, that's automatic. That's offensive motion. Encroachment, if they're lined up in the neutral zone, as we spoke about earlier, Lynn, if they're 2 steps up, you keep telling them, move, 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 they don't move, that's automatic. That's encroachment. Or if they say, and then kids, let me say this to you, Leonard, because you haven't heard this. And kids, what we want to do is tell them to get back. You know, if so it's 42, White is over here and he's over the line and you see him and I'm over here with Joseph, me and Joseph gonna be like, 42, get back, 42. We're gonna, or sometimes I'll go over there and grab him Chris does a lot, go around, he puts back, and run back. and
Yeah, I
forth.
stay close until they're getting ready to snap the ball,
Yeah.
and then I back out.
So preventive officiating.
Preventive officiating, what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
First down, this is, we all know this, but first down is the line to gain, not the first down mark.
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a different tackle. So if this is the line to gain right here, and they just got a first down right here, but they made it all the way to this line, it's first down, the next first down is across this line.
It could be 1 yard.
First and 1 yard.
Oh, wow.
So first and 1 yard, so it's line to gain, we don't do first down from
And 10 yards.
It's the next line.
Okay, and how far is that?
Well, it's every 10 yards.
Every 10
You
yards.
want 20, 30, 40, 50.
Oh,
60, 70. So say for instance, I'll run from we started at 30, is it 20? 20. We go to, and they run, breakout one to the 39,
So his next first down will be the 40.
at the 40.
Oh, okay.
And then they start over. So a lot of teams that do that, instead of taking off running another play, they just be like, hey, just run across the line. We got 4 more downs.
Right.
And you have to get your
Okay.
stake, you have to make sure your stake is there.
Yeah, that's important.
Your down mark.
That's gonna be your job as, not a white hat as you two, is to make sure that the marker knows where the next, those guys go like NFL, college, they go high school, they go all the way to the next team.
Right, but you gotta bring them back.
Yeah, bring it back. Next line of the game is this right here.
Yeah, next 10 yards, okay.
There's not a 10-yard chain down, there's only one down.
Oh, okay, down mark, okay.
You got a big, hey, I got one for you. While let's talk about
What's
something.
up?
The snap, the trick play snap, where he's snapping and holding behind the center's butt. Can he do it?
Yes, it's
Okay.
legal.
No, it isn't. Not by a snap, it's not legal. But if you, I'm saying, are y'all gonna allow it? If you allow it, yeah.
Yeah, we've allowed it from
Yeah,
day
I
one.
understand.
It is legal by
It's
our
not
side.
sides.
Yeah, by your, that's what I'm saying. I'm making sure, yeah.
As long as that ball
No.
moves,
Not between the legs, that's what he's saying.
No, they snap it. That's what they do. They snap it.
Hold it.
And they hold it.
It's called
They
center
snap it.
hold.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
and then what happens is that quarterback then takes off running, trying to drive everybody that way, and then what you got is an end comes this way, picks up the ball.
Well, I'm saying the advantage, disadvantage of
The
that.
problem,
Go ahead, go
the
ahead.
thing with that is that ball, where's that ball?
Oh, if the guy pulls the flag, yeah, he knows.
He does,
I had a team, they saw the team, they would pull the flag every time he snapped it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If it snaps and he goes like this, and his foot moves, flag.
Flag it for what?
Because he's moving with the ball.
He's
and
moving,
he
he's
hasn't
moving
handed
with the ball, and he's not made transition with it. He can't just take it from here and pick up and roll. It's gotta hit somebody's hands before he can take off with it. And
But he can't even
No,
take off with it.
does it?
No, he can't.
No, because they said you had to actually.
he can, but what he has to
He has
do,
to- he has to turn
it has to come from this guy into the quarterback's end. He has to turn, he comes back to it, and he runs.
Yeah.
So again, if he comes up with it and he goes like this and he moves, flag his butt. And Kirk had a call for it, and I can't remember what the call was, we need to ask Kirk what that
Yeah, what's
call
that one
was.
called?
When that center moves,
He just told me, said he forgot about the meeting. He just told me.
but when that center moves, he called it something.
Snap infraction.
I don't know what it was, but it was something like that. But they can do it. The trick to it is, and my team did it every year, and he'll tell you, dude, I scored big time off of this. But I also had kids that were really structured. I had a kid that could take this ball, stick it up in his legs, squeeze his legs, and actually move his hand back up there and put it up on his thigh, and hold that ball there until the guy killed him going.
But they never make it illegal, because it has to be snapped directly.
But again,
Yes,
Oh,
in
yeah.
this
We
league,
got-
it's-
already
it's
got one of those
still,
questions.
unless that quarterback touches it, it's not allowed.
Hey, when the guy snapping the
So
ball,
the question-
what's the actual call when the guy snaps the ball, he puts it through his legs, and then he takes that left foot and he snaps, the center moves back one step.
What was that infraction
What's
called?
that infraction called?
They're gonna be snapped.
The center has the football, he does that where he puts the ball in between his legs, and then the quarterback
Holds
goes one way, and then the
It's
other
called
guy,
the center hold.
the center hold, but then the center takes his left foot and goes back
Without giving the ball.
without giving the ball up.
We call it snap infraction.
Well, it's gonna be an illegal, that's gonna be an illegal snap. It'll be an illegal procedure.
So there's a legal snap?
He called it something
An
else.
illegal procedure.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll get,
Before we just switched.
Because center moves, center's gonna snap the ball, and someone has to take it, so the center's gonna stand there until somebody takes it.
and then, but if he moves his leg, Jimmy said he thought you called it something else.
No, it's just a legal procedure, is what it is, false start.
False start. Okay, all right. I'll give you a call a little bit.
So again, the trick to that
All right,
with our
thanks.
team was that center had to hold that ball up in there But again, we had somebody that had the ability to hold it in. And he was doing it somehow like that, and then he was putting his hands up there to cover it up. Now, the other team is gonna say, whoa, wait a minute, because they're all gonna follow the first guy that left, which is the quarterback. The end's then gonna get the ball, and they come around, and he's gonna blow them away, because that's what we did. And every time that they do that, what happens is that defensive coach always goes, whoa, that's illegal. It's only illegal, again, if that center moves, or if that ball drops and hits the ground after it's already been touched. Then it's a dead ball.
And
Now-
fumbles, let's get back.
There's no fumbles.
No fumbles. On a snap,
So like if I do this.
on a snap, if he drops it, can he pick it up and?
Correct. As long as it's clean. So if he goes from here and it hits the ground and comes over, and he picks it up
As
clean,
long as it doesn't stop, right?
as long as it's
That's
not-
right.
or he don't fumble it. If he goes to pick it up and he goes like this,
And
he's
then it hits the
done,
ground like
dead
that.
ball.
If it doesn't,
Hits
if
my
it,
hand and goes down, it's dead.
We do-
See the
those-
big-
Yeah, that
I
was-
couldn't remember
Hits
that.
the ball and hits my hand, it's dead.
so if the ball does stop, then you kill it. If the ball stops moving before it gets to it,
Yes.
are you allowing him to still go pick it up?
dead ball.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
if
ball
it stops
or doesn't
in
pick
the
up, it
transition
stops,
between him, then it's dead.
It's dead.
It's over here.
Now, they're,
That'd be the same thing on the punts then too.
And then it stops, and they pick it up and they try to take off, that's dead.
and
Well, on
again,
a punt, if they drop it,
If they, on a punt, if they drop it.
no, let's say.
No, I'm saying-
He snapped the punt to the guy, because they can't rush him.
You
And he's,
can
he's,
there's no snapping
we
on it.
don't
just
snap
hand
it.
it to him.
You just hand it to him and walk back on it.
But what I'm
Okay.
saying is, if he
Yeah.
punts it and that ball hits the ground, if that ball stops before that kid picks it up, then it's dead right there.
Can they advance punts?
Yeah.
yeah, they can.
Yeah.
They don't-
We
Oh, yeah.
don't never see them doing it. What we see doing in this level is everybody's just taking the fourth and
Four
getting
downs.
it. And that's what we try to do. Now, the other thing is, what we did last year is we told all the coaches beforehand, and I seen a few of them do it, come to you referees before the flip and say, okay, we have 2 or 3 trick plays, and we'll let you know when they're coming. And then it gives you guys a heads up, because you guys can't, you're not looking for everything every time. And those trick plays will sometimes get past you guys sometimes as referees, and you're like, whoa, didn't catch it clear enough. Let me
We
think.
do that in high school. We ask them up front before the game, do you have
Yeah.
trick plays?
And there,
You know,
the center hold is one, the center roll is another one. The old, hey, referee, this ball's flat, is another one.
No, that's unsportsmanlike. You can't do it. You can't do anything to deceive to get advantage. So if he act like he snaps it, he can't do it. Even if he snaps, that's a sacrifice. He just takes it.
No, he's saying,
No,
you're
he
saying,
takes the ball.
once it gets to the
Quarterback hits
it's,
it, grabs the ball, and says, hey, referee, the ball's flat.
Nope, unsportsmanlike. That's that one where you get them because you can't do anything to deceive. It's not a play. You took away
Where's the ball at?
integrity of the game.
It's
At
in the quarterback's
hand,
hand.
and it is legal.
That's a legal
It's
play.
legal play.
No, it isn't.
It's
No.
a legal play.
That
It's
is
no
not-
different, it's no different than the center
Negative.
hold.
I can guarantee you.
Show them what you're talking
No
about.
different than the center
No,
hold.
no different. Here
Well,
here
show
it
them what you're
is.
talking about. What are you
That's-
talking about?
No, if
We're
you
talking
snap the ball
about-
to you as a quarterback.
It's right
Hey,
here,
ref,
not behind you.
Hey,
I
ref,
get the
start walking to
snap.
the sideline.
I get the snap, I grab it. Whoa, ball's flat.
I
You
can
go to
tell
the
you-
referee. Whatever
I
he
can-
says.
Well, yeah, I tell you, in football, it's
Well-
illegal because of unsportsmanlike integrity of game. But if we gonna allow them to do it, let me know now.
Yeah, we're letting you know now, because it's different flag and tackle.
Yeah.
Correct.
well, you're not gonna ever see that. I
Oh,
don't think
yeah,
you ever
yeah.
see it.
They did
Oh,
it, and I flagged them though.
Well, but you mean
Well,
kids.
exactly, they tell you, they tell the defense team, don't stop till you're whistle.
No. Everybody knows a bad play. They used to do it in football. You
Oh,
can't
did
do
they?
it anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, tackle, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You can't do it.
Wow.
It was in the case book. for a
I don't
while.
have a problem with them doing it here. It's one of those things, it's more, it never works anyway. The only other play that's a trick play that they try to get away with, and if they do it, flag them, is they'll undo somebody's jersey in the back, and they'll try to slip one in.
Oh, yeah, that's,
Don't do that. Jerseys have got to stay in all the time. If those jerseys come out and they go down below the flags,
the flag, it's like flag guard.
yeah, it's the same thing as flag guard, and just pop them. And again, I don't care about the flat ball, but if it gets to be something that they're doing all the time, because play never works anyway, but if it's something that they're doing all the time, then we need to kind of relook at it. But I think we only had one team last year that did it, and I think they only did it like once.
I got it, I think it was. I remember having.
I've never seen
I know
that.
about the screens, either thumbs in here or on by the back. We know
And
about
only
that.
behind the line of scrimmage.
and only behind the line of scrimmage, or
5
yards
5 yards downfield.
downfield.
Yeah.
So, and then once the fake, and let me tell y'all
But the
something,
5 yards
especially you
is not-
veteran
it's only the
guys,
box,
listen to this, Leonard. If there's a dude that's running, and he's running this way, and he's past that 5 yards, but the play is going that way, we're not gonna call a flag.
No.
Okay? We had a few officials that would call that.
Right.
And so the coach would get pissed, like, hey, it's not even,
Oh,
anything.
so it's not affecting the play?
Right.
No,
So-
I'm running a sweep this way,
And
but
if something happens on the
this dude's
backside?
screening over here,
On the
and he's
backside?
5 yards, they can throw a flag. Actually, by rule, it's a flag.
Unless you've got a good player that's a big guy and he's making all the tackles or, making all the flags and stuff, and then they start doing that crap. Then you can say, hey, coach.
But now, if he cut back, what are you saying?
Back
You
toward
cut
the other
If
side.
he cuts, yeah, now, second, that will happen. If he cuts back and then that player's still moving, then that's downfield screening. Because he's screening past that 5 yards. And when I say 5 yards, it means 5 yards past the line of scrimmage.
What you gonna get, Leonard, you gotta watch. Let's say Scott is running the ball. You chasing Scott, he gotta run up beside you so you can't get to Scott. That's downfield.
When he gets 5 yards, they gotta go,
Yep. You gotta stop, let him go on his own.
you know, so.
Cause they gonna get up and run when that guy can't get to.
They
I've already told you
They
about
get so
flag.
excited. Again, Herb says it every year, it's like herding cats. And they get so excited that they see that player getting ready to score, that they wanna be up there with him. And you'll have kids that will actually, boom, blow by the kid that's got the ball,
Yeah.
not thinking. Again, it's one of those things that you've gotta say, hey,
Did he have an effect on the play?
yeah.
Even-
And
even
if,
it
again,
goes
if he
that
has,
way,
if the defensive player is 10 yards away from him, the closest one, then you're pretty much, it's no sense of throwing a flag on it. Because
Yeah.
that guy blowing him by
You don't want to
wasn't
call
effective.
downfield screening with 3 guys running with him. The defense players know where running. The defense players trying to weed his way in there.
Yeah, it ain't that something.
So, see how big the flag
Go
goes.
ahead and get it down.
And then all that stuff you ain't gonna know overnight.
Oh, so I got look at that.
So, passing, only 1-4 pass, we all know that. Any number of laterals allowed. Receiving, any player on the team is eligible pass receivers. All in on offense.
So even the lineman?
Uh-huh.
Pass interference, pass interference is if he goes up and there's contact made before he gets the ball. That's pretty,
What
Illegal flag.
What is the pass interference? What is, I can't remember. Are we doing the high school? Is it 10 here?
Yeah, and you know, that's the difference there. You gotta make sure you know that.
That's what I'm saying. How
In
did
the back of your book,
Oh, it's in the back, okay.
in the back of your book, it has all the penalties.
Forget one.
That's all you gotta do.
What other one?
And if you don't know,
Oh,
just you.
I know about it.
You know about it. Past the line of scrimmage, if we have a foul against the opposite team, and it's past the line of scrimmage, it's the yards plus loss of down.
Okay.
That's important. So if this kid is running, and this kid tries to get his flag, he hits his hand, and he's passing the line of scrimmage, and we're gonna throw a flag, we're gonna go, it'll be, and he might get the first down.
Right.
So what we'll do is we'll mark it, it's 10 yards, we'll mark it, and it's the end of the play, after we mark the yards.
Now,
End of the yards.
From the flag.
It's from the flag.
From the flag,
From the flag.
we go 10 yards back.
Right.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. And this is where the ball is, and this determines on if we are gonna do first down, or, you understand what I'm saying?
It's lost it down, right?
Yeah, it's lost it down, so if it's first down, we'll go back and it'll be second down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But,
There's a lot, but
okay,
we're not
okay.
gonna, we're not gonna do right from here.
Yeah.
'Cause even if they get the first down, say for instance, this is the line of the game right here. Okay? And say for instance, we go, he runs the ball, and he goes here, and then we mark the yards off, 1, 2, 3, we go, when we mark the yards off, we're back behind his line, balls are down, ball goes over. Does that make sense?
Come out, if it's fourth down.
Yeah, it was fourth down.
It was fourth down.
It was fourth down, and the line of game is here, he goes 10 yards up, and then he flag guards, we go back 10, lost it down, the ball goes over. Does that make sense?
If it's behind the line of scrimmage, you just replay the.
Replay the down, so everything behind the line of scrimmage is replay the down, Everything
It's in front,
is
left and
lost
right.
in that, for the offensive team.
Point of infraction.
Impeding is if the defensive player is right here, and then the offensive player, it's up to the offensive player to avoid contact. Just so y'all already know that, you hear me, Leonard? So it's up, if the offensive player is trying to go here, and the defensive player hits him and then grabs his flag, he impeded his progress, so that's impeded, 10 yards, automatic. Or if the defensive player jumps and tries to grab his flag, and the offensive player falls on him, but he's the one that leaned into him, then it's on defense. Other than that, you get a lot of guys that come in there with the ball and they'll try to jump for the first down. And this is the line of the game, they'll try to jump over the line, all that kind of stuff, or squeeze through there. If they make contact and knock that defensive player down,
Focus off.
offense. Because it's all, offense's job is to avoid contact.
Protecting of the flag.
Defensive guys gonna grab this shirt a lot of times and hold that shirt, won't let it go.
Exactly. And
Or
then
they-
where the flag go, I got it.
Or they gonna reach around and hold the guy where he can't run either.
Yeah, and that's not, you know, and really what we're doing, we're just going through everything that we already know.
Somebody said they pay one up to $40 a game.
The flagging.
We'll get into that later.
Protecting flags. This shows, looks like 10 yards downfield, 15 behind the line, is that right? Is that what I'm reading? Protecting the flags. It says 10/15 yards. I'm assuming it's 10 yards downfield, it's 15 behind the line, scrimmage, when you play the down.
I say what now?
Where you see this at?
Right here,
No,
it
it
says
says
protecting
page 40,
flags,
page 40.
10/15.
Says yes. It's a point of infraction, and then says yes. Yes, be